There is a step-by-step framework to learn any piece so fast that it feels illegal. And this is the exact same process that I myself use, which has gotten me some quite remarkable results in such a short time. And today, I'm going to teach you exactly that. So around a year ago, I was at my school practice room, and I was preparing for an audition that was coming up for the upper level orchestra. I had just received the music the night before, so this was the first time I was actually looking at it. And I start reading through the piece, but my brain can't process the rhythms. Not only the rhythms, but the notes as well, which are super high on the E string. My brain is bombarded with negative thoughts on how I can never make the next level. But for the next few months, I practiced for hours a day. I'm not even joking. Some days I would literally practice for 2 to 3 hours. And after all that work, I made it to a higher level, but not the one I wanted. It hurt bad. All that work, the most I had ever practiced in my life, and I still didn't make it. I felt miserable. But then one day, I had a professional masterclass with a violinist, and she taught me how to learn music without putting in hours of work. And once I learned it, I was blown away. By making a few small changes, I could learn music at 2 times the speed. Fast forward to this summer, where I had 1 week to prepare for an audition. I used this strategy to the point, and I made it to the top 2 rows of my orchestra. This taught me that you don't always need to spend so much time on learning a piece. So, how did I do it? There are 4 phases to learn a piece, and I'm gonna help you navigate through each and every one of them. Number 1 is the clueless phase. This is when you've just looked at the music, you have no idea how it sounds, and feel overwhelmed. This is a common feeling, so don't feel alone. The first action to take is to start sight reading through the piece. It's okay if it sounds bad. Do your best and just try to get to the end. The key to sight reading is to start slow and subdivide the rhythms. Once you've played through the piece once, listen to a high quality recording of it. And then, with that same recording, listen to it again, but this time at 0.5 or 0.25 times the speed. After sight reading and listening to the piece, you move on to the next stage, somewhat familiar. This is the most crucial step because if you mess this one up, it's gonna make it a lot harder to learn the music. You see, at this stage, this is when you need to do slow metronome practice. However, if you practice it wrong, you're gonna need to relearn a lot of the music. And relearning is a lot harder than learning. So when practicing slow, practice accurately. But look, you aren't here just to learn how to play music. You want to do it fast. And that's why you have to prioritize the difficult sections over the easy ones. I know how tempting it is to want to play from the beginning all the way to the end, but you need to have the discipline to stop yourself and work on those difficult sections. You really don't need to be practicing through some plain quarter note rhythm. Focus on what's important to learn the music ASAP. But there's a trick I haven't reviewed in any other video that's probably why I learn music so fast. It is to practice right before you sleep. You retain a lot of the information you do right before going to bed. So when you practice before you sleep, you learn a lot faster. And not only that, playing music before you go to bed relaxes yourself and helps you get better sleep. But the most important thing is to stay consistent. If you find yourself skipping practice sessions if you put them right before bed, consider moving it to an earlier time. It's more important to stay consistent and actually practice than trying to aim for the best time possible and not practicing. The third phase is proficiency. At this point, you can play through the piece pretty well. Now is when you have to give a life to the music. Emphasize those dynamics. Make sure your intonation is extremely precise. There's this quote: "The excellence of every art must consist in the complete accomplishment of its purpose." Are you playing your solo exactly how the composer wants it to be? If not, fix it. And the best way to achieve the music's true purpose is to write every single detail down. Whether that be fingering or circling your dynamics, write every single detail. The best musicians write literally everything down. So why not you? And this leads us to our final phase, mastery. At this stage, you can play through the music very well with rarely some mistakes. Congratulations. But this process seems very nice on theory, but in reality, it can be really difficult without someone to guide you. So if you're serious in learning violin and want to get really good, click on the top link in the description where you can learn from me personally. If not, click on this video here so that you can get some more YouTube free education on how to play the violin better.